Hi friends, this is Kishore. Welcome back to the tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to install Autodesk Maya and interface. So here you can see, go to the Autodesk Maya, Autodesk official website. You can get a free version for the students to learn, not for the productions we have to take license. Okay, for students you have to give your details of you have to give your details, you have to sign in through your email id and phone number, and you have to give what version you are looking for, what version and what operating system you're looking for, Mac, Windows or Linux or language, everything you have to fill all these, you know, fields. Then you'll get the file, it is downloaded. It can be downloaded, and if you install that downloaded file, automatically you see the next buttons. It's very easy to install. Also you can see a few videos how to install Autodesk My Student version, then you'll get easily, right? That's great. And once you install that Autodesk Maya, so the shortcut is created in Windows or on your desktop. You can open, double click on it, automatically the version will be opened. So you can see the Autodesk Maya interface like this. So but don't confuse that, it has a lot of tools, you know, a lot of settings, and but we go in an order, and we'll learn everything in this all introduction interface tutorials. So okay, fine. Here you can see this is the menu. So file, edit, create, these all things, this is just menu. Okay, and menu sets, this is, you can see rigging, right? This is menu sets, you can change the menu sets. See here, file to Windows, all menu options are, all menus are equal, same for all the menu sets. If you change animation to rigging, after Windows, the menus are being changed. If we change to modeling, see after Windows, modeling relevant menus are being highlighted, right? This way, effects related menu, rendering related menu. So like that, you can also customize. Okay, you can also create new sets. So a lot of things. That's great. And this is menu sets. Okay, and from here to here, status line, from here to here, status line. In the status line, you can create, you can create a new scene, open or save, undo, redo. Okay, these are all just you know, folding buttons. See, easily you can, right? Well, so this status line, it works in department wise. For example, we have discussed about all these departments, right? Modeling, texturing, rigging, animation, lighting, and rendering. So this status line works to the departments. For example, see, I have polygons. For example, model, I'm able to select, deselect and select, right? So if you disable this maps related, this is, so you cannot select. I'm just showing one example, an example to make you understand. See, I'm not able to select. If you disable, if you enable that, again you can able to select. Same way it works for the rigging, bones. I'm able to select joints and bones, right? But if you enable that, if you disable the joint, you cannot. So this status line works with a disabling, enabling, quick options available. I mean quick, okay, fine. You can enable, disable these options instead of going through you know, menus and all these things, right? Well, fine. Here you can see snapping tools. Like snapping tools, you can snap the geometry to the grid, snap the geometries to the curves, snap the geometry to the points, like that. So here, for example, let me show you one example. If I take a box, I'm just able to move from very freely, right? But here, if you enable this snapping tool, you can see how it is snapping to the particular grid line points, right? See here, it is from moving from here to here. If you disable, it's very difficult to snap. It's freely you are able to move, as well as you can snap to the curve, snap to the point, snap to the vertex, and snap to the other things, right? So there are a lot of things we are also going to discuss all these things in upcoming classes. The same way here you can see shortcuts for the render shortcuts. So remember we discussed about rendering is just converting process to software to image sequence, software to video format. Those settings and all you can easily enable from here. You can see, click your rendering settings. Remember we have discussed about software render, hardware render, vector render, and Arnold render. So easily you can bring the settings, render settings through this button like this. We have a lot of things, all these things, right? So here, like hierarchy, this all it creates it enables hierarchy of the geometry or bones or any other working elements. So for example, let me show you one example here. So I'm just creating I will show you how to duplicate all these things later, but I just want to make you understand how these tools, why we have all these things here. So here you can see Control G. When I'm selecting a single box, it's okay, but if you want to select a group, you have to hit up arrow. All these things we will discuss again, okay, right? I just want to make you understand this status line, okay, right? So here up arrow and group, and I'm just selecting only one box is being selected. But when you select, so here you can see select by hierarchy root. When you select any of one box, whole boxes are being selected. If you disable, I mean if you change to a hierarchy by only select only hierarchy, you know one box, you can see only one box is being selected. So this way there are a lot of things to work with all these things. So we'll again come back briefly. Few things we may not understand right now because you have to again learn cars. For example, see again, if I take a car, a lot of things. So it's like the way you're learning, like process, like hierarchy, like algorithms. If you learn this thing, then only you'll understand other thing. So I hope you understand why what is exactly status line, right? So status line is just shortcuts or quick refers to edit or work with departments, right? Right. Then you can see selves. These are selves. See here, you can self, this is one self, this is one self, this is one self. We can store the particular work, I mean particular tool related to our. We can also create our new shelf. So this is already have created, okay. Default you can see few shelves here. So I took the box from here, right? Generally we take the box, create polygon box, right? Or we want to take surface, circle. Generally we take circle. Here nubs, circle, we take like this. But here you can see shortcut. So shelves, just like you can take any options. You can also create your own shelves. So often or repeatedly you're working with a particular tool, right? Always you cannot go to the windows and modify like this. You cannot go, it's very difficult. Or you can create with a keyboard shortcuts. So instead of a few things we cannot create keyboard shortcuts, that time we can use these shelves by, for example, let me show you new shelf. I'm just creating stan. I created shelf, and here I just want to hold the control and shift. You can drag and drop. You can see it is created. Transform map and bake shadow link. Hold the control and shift. It's created. Right. Again, I want to use some other create cameras. Create camera. Hold the control shift and hold with the left mouse and drag and drop into the shelf. You can see, okay. So hold the control and shift and drag and drop. See, created camera. This way we can create new cells, and we can place we can store particular tools or geometries, anything, right? So this way we can use the cells. We can also delete the cells. So see, it's clear. Are you sure you want to delete the shelf stand? Right, yes, it is deleted. That's great. The next thing is viewport. So this is the working area. So this is called a grid. So the boxes you're looking, right, this is called grid, and this is the working area. This is the viewports. This is the perspective view, PERSP, right? This is the perspective view. You can see top view, front view, and side view. So how to navigate between perspective view to front view? So just keep your mouse cursor over the view and just click spacebar, hit spacebar. I just want to maximize top view. Go to the top view and keep your mouse cursor over the top view and hit spacebar. Hit spacebar to maximize any view. Front view, hit spacebar. Side view, hit spacebar. Perspective, hit spacebar. This way you can navigate between one view to other view, and you can also maximize the views, right? So these are the views, and every view has panel toolbar. This is the panel, right? This can be a panel, and this is the panel. This is the panel toolbar, and here you can see this is the panel. These are all shortcuts from viewport menu. This is the view panel toolbar, and this is the view menu, relevant menu actually. So relevant view menu actually, you can these are all shortcuts from these options. Okay, for example, see. Grid. No grid. So again, you can get the grid from by clicking this one. Right? These are just quick buttons to enable very oftenly which we use in production work, right? So like that. So these are shortcuts. We will discuss about all these tools and all when we work with the relevant work, right? These are panels. And okay, fine. And channel box and attribute editor. You can see this is the channel box and attribute editor and layers and toolbox, tool settings. Let's talk about these views. See here we have layers and channels. What is this layers? This is the layer box, layer panel. So here in this layers, it's like layers, like we can store the particular information, particular layer. For example, when we use a book, we can write the words, right? Particular text words we can store in particular paper, and once if it is filled, then we'll go to the next paper, right? So like that we can store the particular content, geometries or bones or any kind of rigging, animation things, anything we can store in layers. So layers, it helps us to work with very easily. So we will see it's like Photoshop layers, just like that. We'll see the practically that when we're discussing about all this is the just layers. And this is, you can see, channel box. If you take, you can also shortcuts from here. You can also click here, see channel and layer editor and modeling toolkit and animation editor, sorry, attribute editor, right? Attribute editor shortcut is Control A shortcut. This is the attribute editor. You can see attribute when you have any options. For example, when you apply any attribute to the geometry or any other things, then attributes will be highlighted. Nothing is there right now, so you cannot say anything. So toolbar, right now we are using the move tool, right? So move tool related settings, selection tool related tool settings. and scale tool related settings, so tool settings. And here you can see channel box. If you have any box or bone or any effects related containers or fields, that relevant tool, that relevant geometry or constraint properties channels, you can see here channel box, right? So here you can see channel box. For example, let me show you. Take a box, you can see channel box. So cube general properties like move, rotate, translate, these are common properties for any geometry or any uh, element in Maya, right? So you can see other properties to scale, width, you can all give value something like a 3. So depth and subsegments, subdivisions, sorry. So subdivisions, depth, so you can increase the amount of the divisions. So we'll discuss about what is these divisions, how these divisions work and help to us to modify or edit the model. These all things we'll discuss later. So I just want to understand what is channel box. So channel box, when you take any of the geometry or joint or constraints, you see the properties relevant to that particular bond related or any constraint locator. You can see locator related properties, see here locator related properties and all. So this is what exactly channel box. Okay, fine. And the right one you can see toolbox, just you can use to select and to move, to rotate and scale, which are existed in viewport. For example, I just want to select this one. I can select with the with help of selection tool. With help of selection tool, I can select whether locator, other. So with help of the move tool, you can select any of the geometry or locator or bone. So only you can select, that's it. But with help of move tool, you can select as well as you can also move. For example, locator, I have selected and I can move it, right, which direction you want. We'll discuss again what is exactly this tool and what is this 3D 3 axis and between those between these between selectors blue and green colors. We'll discuss about all these things again. So just move tool, you can select and move in a particular direction, and rotation tool, you can also select and rotate in a particular direction like this. So you can see scale tool, so you can make it smaller and bigger, all these things. So this is just toolbar, right? Well, the next thing is quick layout menu. Here you can see quick layout menu. For example, here we have 4 views, right? So I just want to make a single view, so you can, or 2 views, or you can also get more by clicking click left click right click, and you can choose any of one single view. But in this time you cannot sorry, you can get 3 views. See, just front, side and top view and side view. You can change it into a perspective. So here you can see like this, like this. This is the quick layout menu. Easily you can get it, the menu, like this. See all these things. So this is what. And the next thing is animation controls. This is the animation slider, this is the animation, the keyframe indicator, and overall this is the animation controls, animation panels, where we can store the particular keyframe animation and we can animate. We can insert a key by using the keyframes here. So we will also discuss about all these things. This is the animation related stuff. And here you can see the 9 mel. So mel is a command. It is like language, Maya embedded language here. So where we can mail scripts, you can use mail script. It helps very easily to work with when you're working with the rigging or any other departments. Mail is we will see this is just mail Maya embedded language. This is we will work with all these things. So this is the mail, and this is, you can see helpline, this one, this is the plugin I have installed for animation. So this is the helpline. This is, you can see, if you keep your mouse cursor on any tool, you can see there is a name. You can see here move tool, rotation tool, and scale tool. It represent the tool name. This is just like a help, and sometimes it helps like if you do any work with any, this is the error editor. For example, see here, if you do any mistake or anything, it indicates here. It indicates if you do any heavy work, and it indicates so operation is successfully got, and these frames are rendered. This kind of indication it gives here, right? So that's great. So this is what exactly the complete my interface. Okay, fine. You can also it's very important when I explain all these interface, whether basics or shortcuts, you better prepare a notes or running notes. You can use it, or you can also see again and again these videos, so you'll understand very clearly. So but very important thing is you have to do practice, not now, I mean, this is just introduction only. So right, fine, see you next class.